This does not make sense. I clearly took damage from the stringer bullet, but the explosive is still on the ground. There's a good chance this has happened to you before, and have you ever wondered why? I am NorthWestWind, and I'm gonna explain that to you in this video. The reason that stringers can deal extra damage. Around this time last year, I made a video about the breather shield problem, where I explained why lag causes breather shields to not function correctly. Believe it or not, the stringer bullet problem is almost exactly the same as the breather shield problem, just in reverse. As a result, this video will use a lot of concepts from that breather video, so I recommend watching that first if you haven't. However, I will still provide a quick explanation of some concepts we will be using here. Lag refers to the delay between a sender and a receiver. Because information takes time to travel, lag is inevitable in this universe for now. With lag in Splatoon 3, it begs a question. If I attack a player on my side, but the attack didn't land on the player's side, should my attack be countered? That's the next concept you need to know about. Damage types. You may be familiar with damage types in the gameplay aspect, such as AoE, charge sword, combo, etc. But I am talking about damage types in terms of networking. Here, damage in Splatoon 3 can be divided into two types. The first one is attacker-based, or projectile damage. These are damage that will be registered as long as the attacker's client says the attack landed. For example, shots from 52 Gal are projectiles. If on the attacker's screen they have hit you, you will always take damage, even if you are behind a wall on your screen. The second one is defender-based, or object damage. These are damage that will only be registered when the defender's client says the attack landed. For example, splat bombs are objects. If you are out of the range of the bomb on your screen, you will not take damage, even if it seems like you are within the range on other screens. In the previous video, I established that the breather shield is considered an object, because objects are only valid if they appear on a player's screen. If an attacker shoots you before your shield opens, you take damage. With more lag, the shield takes longer time to open on another player's screen, and they can attack you as if your shield doesn't exist. That is the main idea of the breather shield problem. It is the desynchronization of the object part of the breather, the shield, that causes the problem. So what does this have to do with stringer bullets? In case you are not familiar with the stringer class, here's how stringers work. Some stringers, mainly Tri-Stringer and Wellstring V, have explosive bullets. When you charge your stringer shot for a certain amount of time, the bullets become explosives, and they will explode a little bit after they have landed on the terrain. However, if the bullet hits someone or some objects before hitting the terrain, the bullet will be consumed and there will be no explosions. At this point, you may have guessed it already. The explosive bullets are objects. Remember how the desynchronization of object parts of the breather causes problems? Yeah, these bullets do the same. Let's use an example to figure out what goes wrong when the explosive bullets desynchronize. So here's Integral, our favorite Inkling girl, and she is gonna jump when the bullets are about to hit her feet, so she can dodge it on her screen. Let's say there's a certain amount of lag in this match. Integral and the bullets are actually here on the attacker's screen. On the attacker's screen, one of the bullets hit Integral, so she takes 35 damage, and that one bullet is gone on the attacker's screen. However, if we take a look at Integral's side, she dodged all 3 bullets, so all of them landed on the ground below her, and will explode 1 second later. She lands on them, the bullets explode, with 30 damage per explosion, she takes another 90. Combining the damage on the attacker's screen and Integral's screen, she takes 125 damage in total, splatting her. But we would expect her to only take 95 damage, the amount of 1 bullet and 2 explosions. This means there can be a situation where one fully charged Tri-Stringer shot deals as much as 195 damage. It is even worse with Wellstring V. Since it has 5 bullets, in theory, it can deal up to 325 damage. The damage is not the only problem, as the bullet also pings the ground. You will often get trapped in the situation where you should not be trapped, making it way easier to combo on you. Things always have two sides though. While you may be able to deal extra damage with stringers, you may also deal no damage with stringers. Let's use the same example, but this time, Integral is falling. the attacker misses their shot on their screen, so Integral takes no damage there. On Integral's screen, she gets hit by the bullets, but no damage will be dealt as it only matters on the attacker's side. However, because she got hit by the bullets, they are all consumed, leaving no explosive bullets behind. In this case, Integral takes no damage, while we may expect the damage from the 3 explosions. The more confusing part here is that on the attacker's side, the explosive bullets are still there, and when the explosions hit someone, it will still play the hit sound. The attacker may be tricked to think that the bullets have dealt some damage, when in reality, no damage is dealt. Since making the last video, I have realized that there are a lot more problems of this game that can be explained in similar ways. For example, Ultra Stam's running and throwing, bomb pings desync, etc. These are often caused by the desynchronization of some objects in the game. In fact, the inconsistency of Splatoon 3 actually comes from the inconsistent design of Splatoon 3. As things aren't handled with one singular system, they can cause unexpected behaviors. Is the solution as simple as making everything use one system then? No! For instance, having the 2 damage system makes the game feel more responsive and intuitive for most people. The current design has its flaws, but also benefits. It may not be the perfect system, but it's a decent one. And until we get a better one, I'm NorthWestWind. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, good luck, and goodbye.